Welcome to this channel, Sales Corner. Here we bring the different sales tips. We share experiences from business development personnel, customer service experts, even sales experts. They tell us their experience, what they have been doing in order to succeed in their career. In today's video, we'll be looking at how you can clear out old stocks. At times you find yourself with products that have been in your warehouse, in your shop, on your shelves for a long time, and you don't know what to do. Salespeople get problems or have problems with with their managers. They put them pressure for them to clear the goods that they have been having for a long time. Even as a business owner, what do? You have invested your money for a long time in one particular product and you're able to sell this product. At times you ask yourself, what can I do in order to even get back my investment? Let's forget about the profit, just the investment that you put. So today we have Nixon Moti and Peter Courier. He's not new to this channel. They are going to tell us their experiences. These are business development specialists. They have an excellent experience in sales. They have an excellent experience in customer service. So they're going to tell us what they normally do when they encounter or when they're facing such a situation, like how to sell stocks, like old stocks. So welcome, Nixon. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to get invites from a colleague and a counterpart as you, and hope that the insight that we actually given will actually throw more lights on the topic at hand. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Peter, for coming.
Thank you.
You're not new to this.
Yeah, I'm not new, and as always, it's a pleasure to be here and share thoughts and ideas with fellow colleagues and also the viewers. So thank you again for the invite.
Okay, thank you too. We'll start with you, Nixon. I just want to find out from you what can prompt a salesperson to be able to clear out goods, to sell goods.
Yeah, and thanks again for the question. I think one of the reasons that might actually stop you from selling is not knowing your product knowledge, not actually knowing what you're selling.
Okay.
Sales entails a lot of marketing, and the only way marketing can be done is by knowing what you sell. From knowing what you sell, you know to whom you're marketing. You know your market. You know whether or not you're going from which point, from point A to market or from point B, and you know where these goods are much needed. So knowing your product knowledge, you have to know whether or not this product you're actually offering or the services you're offering, if there is a lot of innovations. Because for instance, with someone that goes into probably car parts and everything, or into automobile, or into technology, these are actually products that these are actually fields that comes with a lot of innovations. So I think one of the first things is knowing your product knowledge and knowing to whom you're selling.
All right. Just to get some clarifications about the product knowledge. So how can you really know the product you're selling? It's just by going and sitting and doing nothing. So what can you really do to, let's say you're in a shop or you're into automobiles or you're into phones. So what can you do to know what you're selling?
Okay. I one of the reason one of the major uh, one of the major role of a salesperson first is uh, is to provide the service, is to update your clients. And you can only update your clients by knowing what they want, how the market is actually going, how do you update them? You can actually give them insight on the product. And how do you know these products? You do the research. You know what exactly you're selling. If you're into probably properties, you need to know what are the innovations in properties. If you're into probably beverages and everything, you need to know what are the innovations. Because sales, you need to derive different techniques day in, day out, based on the product you're actually providing for the outside world.
Oh, thank you, Dixon, for that. I will drive to you, Peter Korea. I just want to find out, like, let's look at it at the business as a business owner point of view.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
At times you invest your money in a particular product? What
Yeah.
would really drive, let's say, an investor or a
Mhm.
business owner,
Mhm.
to find himself with products
Mhm.
that are not selling? What would really push him? You know.
Okay. So again, thank you. As per the question, I would say the reason why some products are remain in stock is all about presentation. So presentation of a product does not necessarily mean how you, let me say, present it to the people. Presentation is in different aspects. For example, Mr. Nixon can tell you that presentation is in terms of packaging, in terms of how you as a salesperson have, let me say, present yourself as selling the product. How do you present yourself, present the product? All these things are all these things are put into aspect when it comes to selling. So when you have a product, for example, if you have a product that you want to sell and your packaging is poor or your packaging is not to the standards of which people want, or for example, the way you present it to the people is not pleasing. You know, people say what is pleasing to the eye will really attracts people, yeah. So it has to be very, very pleasing to the eyes of people to be able to draw them to you. And again, to just point out to what Mr. Nixon said, the, this can only happen when you know the product that you're selling and the people that you're selling to, the clients that you want to sell these products to. So I guess not, I guess, but the thing is, you have to understand your product, and again, the presentation of which you will be able to give it to the clients so that they can buy it.
All right. So, but do you think that there might come a point whereby a business owner speculates that this particular item, for example, this pen,
Yeah.
can be sold in this particular area,
Mm.
and unfortunately, he finds out that it's not working? Can it be that, and at the end of the day, the stock stays
Yeah.
on the shelf for a long time
Yes, it can.
warehouse?
It can, but again, the moment you realize that the product is not going or is not selling, I believe you should look at your competition. It's all about competition because you, one way or another, there are other people selling the same commodity as you and at a higher rate than you are.
Mm.
So the competition will matter in terms of number one, your how good is your commodity, the quality of your commodity, how good is it? Also, this one comes in terms of the presentation because you can't be presenting something bad in a good way. Everything that is good has its qualities, and the way you present it shows a lot. So the quality of your product might be part of the reason why it's not selling in that area compared to your competitors.
Okay, I get the point. So, I'll go back to you now, Nixon. Let's now dive into the strategies, like what you can do in order to clear out the old stocks that you have. You just made mention of the fact that you have worked in the automobile company for a long time. So tell me, what do you normally do when you are faced with a situation whereby you have so many stocks in your warehouse or in the shop and you're unable to sell them? Maybe they've made, let's say, 1 month, 2 months, maybe even a year. So what do you normally do in order to clear them out? I know you might have your manager on your neck, and he
No,
wants you to clear the stocks as fast as possible. What do you normally do?
yeah, with regards to that, I think with the experience I have been that the company I worked with back then as a sales executive, I think we're actually into production. It started from the production until the sales points and in various countries. So one way we use to market, or one way I always tell people to clear your stock, there is no better way to do it than market. And the only way you market is by deriving strategies. And you derive strategies by observing your market. By you don't just sit and fold arms. You need to actually know what's happening in the market. You might be sitting and someone else is selling the same product at a lower price.
Mm.
Someone might actually bring a lower quality and selling at a lower price than you. So you need all this competition actually has a bigger role to play. It might affect you negatively and may affect you positively. Some people strategize in various ways. Some people might keep goods and want to actually sell them when the market is out of stock. So all these strategies come in place. So you, what do? You need to derive methods of convincing your client that they need this item at this time. You
Yeah.
need all those strategies at that time. You need to actually make them know, see why they should get this from you at this point in time.
Okay.
You need to play around with your prices. You see, well, I always tell salespeople not to be rigid.
What do you mean by
When I
rigid?
say rigid, when you stay stagnant at a particular price, you you deem not to ever make promotions. You tell yourself you never reduce this price no matter what. At some point, it's not about your quality. At some point, your quality might not actually matter. Some people want quantity. That is why, from that aspect, you need to know your market. If you're selling in the African market, it's quite a different strategy like selling in the European market. Some people have a higher purchasing power. Some might have a lower purchasing power, but they have a faster turnover.
All right. So if I get you well, you have made mention of two key points, like you need to do more on marketing
Which is the essence.
and also do like promotion, like
A lot of promotions,
discount.
discounting. To clear your stock, you need marketing, discounting. Avoid being rigid on your prices.
So for the discounting, are you doing it just to get back an investment, or you are just doing to clear up the stock, or do you need profit at that point?
Business is risk.
Yeah.
Business is there is no point in time a business owner tells you he or she hasn't taken risk to actually bring out something. That is why I say it depends on your product. If your product is a perishable good, the approach will be very different from a product that is not perishable.
Yeah.
If you're rendering a service, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
But if you're actually selling products,
Mhm.
you need to weigh them. If they're not perishable, at some point you call this a non-perishable good. The strategies you use they come in line with actually adapting. It comes with adaptation. You need to adapt to the market and know how it functions.
Yeah, and
And
I'm sorry to cut you short, but
okay,
also to just strengthen the point that Mr. Nixon is talking about.
Okay.
You asked him a question, and he's answered it really well. In terms of when you're doing promotion, is it that you intend to get profits or to just get back your investment?
Mhm.
And he said really well that sometimes you have to take risks in business, and in business, if there's no risk, there's no reward.
Mhm.
So sometimes let me say the salesperson or the person doing this business does not really intend to get the profit, but rather to get the product to be known before they can start getting profits.
Mhm.
You know, last time I was with you, I told you that sometimes you have to get your product into the market first before you think about profits. Sometimes it will come instantly with the profits, but sometimes you have to first of all get the product into the market. It's a gradual process. It won't
Okay.
come immediately. So with the promotions and the marketing, you in your scales of investment or output and input, you will see that there's a decline in, or let me say, drop in what you're planning to get back
Okay.
in from your investment.
Okay.
But after some time, if you are persistent, as Mr. Nixon said, and you're not rigid, be flexible with the market, definitely one point in time it will start going back up. So just to support the point, that was what I was going to say. That you have to be willing to lose, not necessarily in terms of losses, but you have to accept to be flexible to the market, accept the losses for the
Okay.
meantime,
Okay.
to be able to get the profits at the end of the road.
So at times I just ask myself about this fashion. All right, things like dresses,
Yeah.
like maybe mobile phones. There are different kind of fashion that come up.
Yeah.
At times you find yourself with some dresses that you buy, that you stock in your warehouse. You want to sell them, but at a certain point in time, another trend comes up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. At that point, let's say if you have to advise. If you have to advise someone who's into fashion, what do you like? What can you guys say?
Um,
So you're stuck with this particular shirt, for
yeah.
example,
Yeah.
right? You bought it, let's say, a year ago, but no one is buying it. There's another trend
Okay.
that has come up.
Yeah.
But you still have it, but you need to get back your money.
Yeah, it's something that I think in sales it all revolves around almost the same point. But number one, for dress codes, mobile phones, you have to look at the market. Number one, market now this time round does not come in terms of general, but comes with age. The same shirt I'm wearing can give it to, let me say, a 12, 13-year-old kid, because maybe this is not the design they want. Or according to the generations that we have right now, we have the Gen Zs, Gen Xs, you know, I can't buy a phone that is different, high, let me say, technically difficult for my parent to use. I'll have to buy them something that is simple so that they can be able to operate.
So, meaning, if I'm getting you right, meaning at that point in time, you need to look for get into a different geographical area or maybe a particular age group, or you need to
Yes.
strategize to see whom this particular maybe phone or dress
Yes.
can really
Yes.
fit.
Generally, even like the designs of the clothes that we have in the market, they are, even in terms of, let me say, uh, geography, as you said, there are some places that you'll take a certain dress code, people will not like it. There's a place that you'll take a certain dress code, people will like it. Same thing with the age. You will give us between now, let me say, the way we are here. If I gave Mr. Nixon a very nice suit, he will be very good. He will be like, yes, this is what I would want to wear. But if I brought him shorts and t-shirts, he'll be like, no, this is not my thing. So in terms of the age, in terms of the geography, and again the market in general, you have to know exactly where you're putting up your products and who you want to sell them to.
All right. So just the last question before we conclude, and this question goes to Nixon. Is it true that let's say uh, that when something is out of sight, it makes it like more precious again? For example, if you have a particular item on your shelf on your shop and it has been there for a long time and you decide to remove it, and take it out from sight, people enter your shop, they don't find it again. Yeah, maybe after 1 or 2 months, bring it back, well packaged, furnished. Can it attract? Do you think it can be resolved?
It depends if it's trending.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It depends if it's trending. Yeah, that's why I spoke on marketing, and I spoke on trends. You need to be up to date. That's how the market runs now. Some conglomerates, what they do is they do recycling. They go into their products. What doesn't go, they recycle and they produce something better and something different. But again, it depends on your industry. It depends on
Know what you're doing.
it depends on the product you're actually offering. It depends on the services as well. The same marketing strategies will differ from every aspect. If you're doing it to something, if you're selling probably plastics, the same person selling probably the water will not actually have the same marketing as you.
It's true.
So you need to get your product knowledge known. So I encourage companies to actually uh, teach. When you train your workers, you train your employees on the product they're actually offering.
Yeah.
Trust me, your sales is going to actually skyrocket.
All right.
And,
Thank you, guys. We are caught up with time, so I think we'll continue this topic another day. Well, thank you for your contribution. It was so educative. I hope our viewers loved it.